it's me, Jess. Welcome to my channel, and today we are doing a really juicy reading on secrets and lies. So what secrets and lies have been kept from you, have been hidden, and why? Now, I'm approaching this a little bit differently, and as I've been tuning into this, it's been made very clear to me that I need to kind of go about it this way, because some of you, it's like you're zeroing in on a person that you feel like has secrets or is lying that's really not, for whatever reason, and that could potentially be revealed to you here. And for some of you, I am hearing the word projection, where you are projecting out some of your own secrets and your own lies from your own background onto a person whose circumstances may look similar to yours, but they're not coming from the same energetic place. And so it's really important in this reading, as in any other readings, to really do that double take and to see, is this my own energy? And if so, why? And then potentially picking another pile or allowing that to kickstart some kind of processing process. And it doesn't mean you're the worst person ever. It just, we have to learn how to work with our minds and not against our minds, so that we can continue to self-actualize and become the best people that we know that we can be. Now, the second thing is, the way that I'm going to kind of go about this is I'm going to uncover the secrets and lies, and then I'm going to ask the cards like where it's coming from. Who is telling the secrets and lies, why, and what little bits of the truth can you kind of piece together to understand like what's fully going on. And I'm hoping that through approaching the question this way, we can get a little closer to the truth than if we could by trying to narrow in on like a particular person or a particular place that maybe doesn't have the secrets and lies that they do have. Now, for some of you, it's like, you have a liar in front of you and like you are asking about them, but the cards and the messages should reflect that here as well. So with that being said, I've got 3 piles here: pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. I will put the cards up, meditate, be drawn to your stacks. Keep in mind, if you were drawn into a pile that is not, doesn't feel like it's the energy that you were trying to tap into, there might be a reason that you were drawn into that pile, and it's important to kind of debrief with yourself about that. But then you can try to pick another pile and understand that sometimes the ways that we get drawn into the piles tell us a bit of information all on its own. So it's important that we understand that when we enter the tarot space, everything is kind of a spiritual experience. And I am hearing that some of you might want to meditate before we get into this message, just to kind of get your energy in a good place to hear something that maybe is triggering or very heavy, and to make sure that you're in a good place to do that. So with that being said, I'll see you at your piles. Wow. All right. So pile number 1, what secrets and lies is Spirit wanting to illuminate for you here at this current time? Well, my goodness, I feel like I could write an entire dissertation about the level of deceit and treachery that has been bound up and played out here in this situation, because somebody here, and I'm being very careful about the way I'm saying this, somebody here is a liar and a manipulator by trade. They navigate their whole life this way. This is how they navigate social spheres. I just heard of influence. It may be how they acquire influence or social standing, some kind of social cred. It's how they get people to do exactly what it is they want them to do. So essentially, this person is the secret. They are the lie. And some of you, I think this is very literal, especially if you are the soulmate here in this situation, which I'll explain more about, the dynamics of everything as we progress into the reading. But for some of you, this could be a literal third party that was intentionally kept hidden or secret from you. I'm hearing through flagrant douchebaggery, flagrant. But that doesn't have to be the case, because this person hides who and what it is they really are. That is the secret. And they maintain this secret through, I'm hearing, a series of artful lies, because this person is a practiced liar and they have a focus on their lying. This is somebody who, they're coming across to me almost like a method actor, where it's like they study like every little thing, like human movement, body movement. I'm hearing tone of voice. I'm hearing somebody like giggle, like, ha, ha, ha. Like this person is grotesquely practiced at coming off like integrated. That's what it is. It's like they integrate their body movements and their, everything to make their lying more convincing over time. This person's like a super germ that just like keeps like evolving. And I feel like the name of the game here in the karma that's unfolding through this situation, which is immense, is really for everybody involved, because there's different positions on the field here and everybody has different vantage points, but it really is the same for everybody, where you really do need to unmask this person or this influence and see them for exactly who and what it is that they are, which is deceitful. This person is deceitful. They're cunning. They are conniving. They are clever. This person might like alliteration. They might be really good with language, but I think they're really good at seeming like sweet, or seeming, I don't know, cute or something. I'm hearing they make bullshit sound really good. But this person is very selfish and they are very strategic. And this person, they don't care about the fallout of their very selfish, very strategic actions, especially on an emotional level. Like, they don't care how that affects the people around them, the people they claim to love or claim to care about. They don't care how they're affected. It's collateral damage is what I'm hearing, like, to this person getting whatever it is that they've set their sights on for themselves. Especially, like, they don't care about the effects, like, on an emotional level. Like, they don't care that they hurt people emotionally. I mean, I really don't think they care how they hurt people at all, to be honest with you. And there's also a type of like targeting function here that this person has, where clearly like they target certain people. They want to align themselves with certain people that they feel like will give them some kind of bump in status by being seen next to them or associated with them, or because they can acquire money or position, right? Like all of the usual things, opportunity. But it's like when this person, they really target people. Like, I mean, it's like a fixation. They can get like very single-minded about who or what it is that they're trying to dupe and that they're trying to align themselves with. But there is actually, weirdly, there's like this intention to harm. Now, obviously they don't lead with that, because like I said, this person's very practiced at their like lying and their manipulation. And I feel like this person's very alluring, like they're very tempting, and they tempt people to fall prey to their own lower natures. This person has kind of like a nobilizing effect. They try to nobilize their like lower impulses to make them seem justifiable, or, oh, don't worry about that. Like, just, but it's very tempting. It literally is kind of like devil energy. But then it's like once this person gets somebody like in their grasp, that's when I feel like this person does kind of like have this intention to harm, like on an emotional level, but they're very slick about it. They're very sly. They don't really like to be seen doing this. Now, another part of this person's targeting function, they target people that they feel like they're always kind of scanning for competition. So this could be somebody that could potentially see and out them, somebody that is seen in a higher standing, somebody who's worked for what they have, I'm hearing, but anybody that they feel like they're competing with. And they like to just take out the competition, essentially. And bonus points if they can knock that. This person is all about like social standing. That's what they care about more than anything. And so when they try to wound people, I feel like they do try to subtly like, because they don't want to be caught doing it, right? But they try to like knock their social standing or taint their reputation in some way. And so they'll deploy these different tactics, lies, but I'm hearing they're very subtle. I feel like this person's very subtle with it. They just imply certain things. And this person's favorite type of lying, if they can get away with it, is lying by omission. Okay, so that's why there's a lot of secrets and lies that can be revealed here, because essentially this person, lying by omission means that they just don't tell you things that they know if they did tell you, it would change the way you looked at them. It would affect the decisions that you were making around them. You wouldn't take certain actions, and they intentionally withhold that information. And I don't know how much this person lies to themselves, about like, oh, well, it's not bad that I didn't tell them that I had a girlfriend because they didn't ask, and it's like deceitful as hell, right? So I don't know like where they're on that spectrum. But again, this person likes to lie by omission. Now they can't always. So I feel like when this person kind of gets called out for something and they need to make an excuse, that's when this person will deploy other strategies and they will lie more directly. Now, for some of you, this person that you have come to the reading asking about is this person that I am describing. But if that's the case for you, I feel like you're already onto it. Because what the cards are saying is that if that's your situation, you have been up close and personal with this energy. You have been sharing the breath, sharing the kiss, in a relationship, sharing a home. You have been up close and personal in this person's space, able to observe their behavior and their antics. And what the cards are also saying is that you have managed to successfully uncover this person's lies in the past. Either you uncovered a string of weird, seemingly small, insignificant lies that you probably excused in the beginning because you would think, why would someone lie about that? But as they started to pile up, you realized that this person has some sort of problem. Or you could have uncovered one or two major lies that have had or threatened to have some kind of very significant impact on some kind of major area of your life, and has certainly changed your opinion of who it is that you know yourself to be dealing with. But the cards are saying that not only have you uncovered certain lies that this person has told, but you also have uncovered the fact that you are, in fact, dealing with a liar and that you can't trust a word that this person says. And my hunch is that it's revealing this that has brought you actually here to this reading, because you kind of think to yourself, okay, well, they lied about this, they lied about that. Like, what else has this person lied about? And the answer is they've lied about plenty of things. But Spirit wants me to remind you here that you already know everything you need to know about this person in this situation in order to navigate this situation successfully from this moment forward, because you understand that this is not the case of just one or two lies. You are dealing with a liar, and you cannot trust the things that this person says, and you cannot trust them to do right by you and yours. You already know that. So that's telling you right there what kind of decisions you need to be making and how you need to go about handling yourself in dealing with this energy. And Spirit, I do think, wants to continue to reveal certain secrets or lies that has been potentially hidden. But I can also see here that Spirit does not want to overwhelm you, with a lot of information all at once, because I think you've been making some really good progress here in regards to this. For some of you, it's like you have been dealing with this and processing this betrayal trauma for quite some time, to the point where you really are getting ready to make the final pushes to not only rid this from like your mental space, but from your auric field altogether, to where this is not going to pop up in future incarnations for you at all, because you're going to have dealt with this so thoroughly. And for others of you, I think that you have passed some kind of very significant turning point, probably just no longer making excuses for this person and being willing to just say, like, look, I'm in a situation with this person. Now, there's this other group here where you came to this reading asking about a soulmate. I mean, you came here asking about secrets and lies, but like pertaining to a soulmate. And I do think in your heart of hearts, you do recognize this person to be a soulmate, if not a twin flame, however you're relating to that, spiritual connection. You recognize this person to be a soulmate, even if one or both of you doesn't exactly have the highest opinion of the other person because of potentially like their associations or like whatever goings on has been happening in this connection. You still recognize them to be your soulmate because of the love. And potentially this is a secret that I'm revealing here, but I feel like this is a connection where like instantaneously you both felt either that you knew each other before or that the other person was like a soulmate or somebody very significant. You knew this was a different kind of connection. You both knew that. If not like right from the jump, shortly thereafter. This was mutually felt. And if you're really honest and if you can tap into what aspects of self have been activated in what situations, you'll recognize that there was always kind of a very natural heart-centered pull towards this person. And it is coming from the heart, and it is based on love and connection. I'm hearing the word simpatico. Like there's just something about you guys where you just get along. Like you're just, it's natural and it's very much simpatico. Now, that would have all been well and good, but very clearly this is a soulmate connection that has been tampered with. And after I've gone through this entire reading, who do you think was tampering with this soulmate connection? It's been this third influence that is very deceitful and very treacherous. Now here's where this again, I feel like is a secret that I'm revealing, but it's a secret to these two soulmates for different reasons, okay? So we've got a feminine soulmate and a masculine soulmate, and I'm talking in terms of energy, so just take this however it resonates for your situation. But this interfering party, right, that's very deceitful and very treacherous, this is where this could potentially get a little difficult to understand. It's more helpful if you think about this like energy, devil energy. And in Christianity, that word devil, they get translated to devil in English. It comes from like Greek and Hebrew words that mean things like adversary and challenger. So here in the Earth School, this energy is allowed to challenge you and to be your adversary, to give you a good look in the mirror when the going gets tough. Who are you? How do you act in the situations? And just to help, you cut your teeth on certain situations, to give you a challenge, to build yourself on, right? This energy is allowed to challenge. Now it's an energy, right? So I do feel like there's a main person here, like a ringleader type. This could be a romantic partner. This could be a business partner. I don't know who this is. You might know who this is. But I think there's more than one person that actually embodies this energy in a big way. I think there's two main people that are kind of like in cahoots, and there's like a group of people. And the reason I'm saying this is secret for different reasons is because this energy, it's very clearly an association of this masculine soulmate's energy, born of his lower natures. I don't know which lower natures he has or is act like. It could be lust, it could be greed, it could be impulse, it could be all of the above. But it's his lower natures that have brought him into contact where he tolerates them at all, which is mistake number 1 through 97. Okay, this energy shouldn't be tolerated for any reason. Okay, it's a negative influence. Now, the fact that his soulmate connection has been tampered with directly is a secret to this masculine, is because he just doesn't know what he's dealing with. He really doesn't. This soulmate connection is very clearly seen by this third party influence. Very clearly seen. Either they have seen these two interacting and they picked up very readily on the fact that this is very natural and it's very connected and this person was very threatened or very competitive and just wanted to ruin it. Or they could have, maybe seen or observed that this masculine was wanting to go after this feminine in some way, like pursue her in some serious way. Could have seen it. He could have told them, I don't know. Or they just noticed this masculine's behavior. They noticed that he was making positive changes, trying to clean up his act. They started to notice that, and they didn't want that to happen. So they could have targeted this connection directly, or they could have just targeted him and weaknesses that they know that he has. And this was deliberate, and you would know what this is, like lust or greed. Now, I'm getting a very specific scenario here, and this kind of ties in with another thing that I feel like is a secret in this connection that this masculine doesn't understand. Well, let me finish why this is a secret on this feminine side first before I get into this. So this direct tampering has been a secret on this feminine side because they're not her associations. This is more like the level of an acquaintance with her. It's like a new connection, right? So she doesn't know them well enough. So I think, just as an example, it's like if she tries to call him for some reason and this person answers the phone, they're like, oh yeah, he can't come to the phone right now. All she's thinking is oh yeah, he can't come to the phone right now. She would have nothing to indicate. You know what I'm saying? She has a lot more catching up to do because she has not formed this association. As a matter of fact, this feminine soulmate energy would not at all in her life have been involved with, made a connection with, come across this other energy if it wasn't for the link between this masculine energy. He's the only reason she's at risk by being around this energy. Okay, so now let's get into this next secret, right? Where a secret, especially on this masculine side, is he doesn't understand the assistance that his feminine soulmate has been receiving from spirit. I'm hearing the alley-oop, okay? And basically what spirit is doing is it's forming some kind of a spiritual checkpoint for this masculine to have to go through and to keep his nose clean when he goes through it. And if not, he can't approach this feminine energy. And the way that I think this has gone on is this feminine, okay, so if this masculine, okay, how do I put this? Okay, we can't really talk about this unless we kind of understand what's going on here. Now, these three people, okay, we've got a feminine soulmate, a masculine soulmate, and we've got this treacherous energy. They are in no way, shape, or form on the same energetic wavelength. Not a single one of them is on the same wavelength as the other person. Okay, so we've got this very high vibrational feminine soulmate energy. We've got the masculine that's in the middle, and then we've got this lower vibrational energy that's bringing up the base. Now, when I'm saying high vibration and low vibration, I'm not talking black and white thinking of okay, well, this high vibration feminine, she never makes any mistakes and she's completely blameless and blah, 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 blah. This masculine makes mistakes sometimes, and then this lower vibrational energy just makes a ton of mistakes. That's not what I mean. I'm talking about an energetic, spiritual energetic signature, which you can think about in terms of how each of these people relates to the energy of hypocrisy. Okay? Because the spiritual journey is nothing if it's not the journey of just unhypocriting yourself and not tolerating a Hippocratic energy, right? So what makes this feminine energy so high vibrational is that she has already decided within herself and pledged herself and has the track record to prove it that she is not a hypocrite. She doesn't want to tolerate hypocrisy within herself. Doesn't mean that sometimes she's not a hypocrite. We're all hypocrites, in my opinion, sometimes. We all mess up. It's just that when she does mess up, she tries to fix it when she sees it. But also, this is a person you can talk to about this. And she's not going to lie, and she's not going to try to squirm out of it or sneak under the rug. She's going to address this very directly because she concerns herself with being a person of value and a person of character. She's committed to that for its own reasons. That's its own reward to this feminine. This masculine is split in two. He has a positive side. He has a conscience. He has a heart. And he actually does act from his positive side quite often. Now, I don't know where this masculine's at in the journey, but I can see that at the beginning of his journey, he actually acted quite a bit from his light side. And I feel like when he indulged in his lower natures, it was like cherry picking. It was probably like under certain circumstances, in certain arenas of his life, probably sexual, probably having to do with greed. You know, he just made excuses for that kind of behavior because he thinks that, well, that's what everybody does, or that's what everybody has to do to get ahead. So he tolerates hypocrisy within himself. And he may or may not be aware of it. That's going to vary here to what degree of awareness and consciousness these masculines have. But that's what's going on with him. So this masculine sits at a very potent crossroads for himself. He needs to choose which direction he's going to lean into, because I actually think this masculine walks pretty close to the line with it. So Spirit has had to kind of contrive this situation where he needs to choose. And we'll talk about that here in just a second. But this lower vibrational person is a hypocrite, knows they're a hypocrite, sees no problem with it, leans into it. This is why they're such an effective liar. They know that they lead with a certain face, and they know they're entirely different behind the scenes. And they sleep just fine at night doing it. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about with these like different energies. So because of that, this masculine, and we've already seen this on the channel a lot, like there's been some very heinous karma that has gone on where this feminine has borne the brunt of it and not been the cause of it, right? So because of this, Spirit is assisting this feminine in a big, big way. And part of it is by creating this spiritual checkpoint. And I think it's only been created, to be honest, because this masculine has not been doing his shit. He should have been dealing with himself directly, so he was already here whenever he met this feminine energy. This person would be nowhere near the picture, and none of this kerfuffle would have even gone on, because this energy just wouldn't be a problem. It's here because he hasn't resolved it in himself. So now he's at this like very potent crossroads where he's gonna have to turn left or turn right, just like, you know, automatically, right? So he can't be a functioning dysfunction and interact with this feminine, because even though this masculine is well intentioned towards this feminine, his associates are not. And he is blind. He does not know what he is dealing with. And he can't protect her, and he can't save this off. But Spirit can, okay? And that's what's going on here. So what's hidden from this masculine is I feel like this feminine has been given a boon in this situation. She's seen something here, and I do think she's seen it. I think it's something to do with eyesight. And I think he knows that she's seen something, but he doesn't quite know what it is. But whatever it is that he thinks that she has seen in regards to him and another person, it was before that. It was something else. It was something like something else. She saw something else that he doesn't know that she saw. And it needs accounting for. And if he doesn't account for it, and he wants to lie by omission, if he wants to pull the trick, because these two overlap in this way, he can still express these lower natures. He's the same way that these people are over here that I've been describing. It's just only sometimes. It's not all encompassing yet. He just has this other side, and he just deploys it whenever he needs to. And for him, the ends justifies the means, right? But she's seen something else. I think she could have seen something here in person. It was like a flash, but it's something like that she couldn't like excuse, you know, something like that. It could have been a picture, or it could have been a text message. It's something here, and she's seen it, and he doesn't know that she's seen it. And that's what I mean, is Spirit gave the alley-oop to this feminine. And what it did is it created a spiritual checkpoint that this masculine has to. So if he's going to approach this feminine in any way, and he tries to lie by omission, he doesn't want to address it, she's going to think he's a snake. And that is his karma, because he has been rolling around in the pig pen. And that is basically his karma, is that now he's been rolling around the pig pen, he's covered in mud. This feminine can't, with any reliability, know who the fuck he is. Now, I feel like Spirit has crafted this very clever scenario, because this is a masculine that really does toe the line between his higher nature and his lower natures. He really toes it. I feel like he's got it down to a science, actually. And he feels like that's what Spirit expects of him. Like that's his definition of being a moral person or being a good person. He really has no intentions of his own accord to kick it up into high gear and really lean into his higher nature and like divorce himself from his lower nature or like integrate his shadow self. He really doesn't of his own accord have that intention. So Spirit has crafted this very clever scenario where it's like when he is confronted with this situation, his actions, how he responds to this situation seals his fate in one way or another. And Spirit is really looking for this masculine to declare his allegiance to his soulmate, to his higher nature. And I really just feel like to the energy of compassion, because there's something about this scenario where it's like, it's just the right thing to do. It's just the compassionate thing to do. And that's what he naturally gravitates towards and wants to do in this situation. But I feel like this needs to unfold in a certain way. Like it might need to unfold publicly or just in front of very certain key people, especially on his side, because he has this influence that I think he needs to do this in front of. So the situation, I think he can see that something here is threatening this feminine. It's something or someone, and it's not what it appears to be. And it's potentially very predatory or, and he can see it, and he needs to get out in front of it. Because he can stop this. He can stop something negative from happening here. And that's what he needs to do. But he needs to do this in front of this other energy here. And this could be, it's probably a romantic partner for a lot of you. Maybe somebody he's even kept hidden. Or this could be like a business partner. It's somebody that like really watches him like a hawk and controls him really without even trying. And I think he knows, like this masculine knows that this person has this influence. He feels very like subordinate to this other person. So right there, like when it comes to clearing up your karma, if you don't feel like, you have free reign and that you are in charge of your actions, then you cannot clear up your karma. Even if whatever influence is controlling you is a positive influence, which in this case it absolutely is not. I think it tries to pretend like it is. But that even if it was a positive influence, it's not a good situation to be in. So Spirit is basically wanting this masculine to take the power back in his own life and say, I make my own decisions based on my own values, and you can't control me. That's like he needs to break away from this karmic influence, but he knows that he's got it coming. He knows this is going to start like World War III, or like a big argument, or that this person's going to leave him, right? He knows he's not supposed to be doing it. I feel like words don't even really have to be spoken between these two. It's just like with a look, with the energy, silent treat, like it's just very well crafted here. So however he responds, like basically seals his fate about how he is going to be learning his karmic lessons, because this higher path, this is like the slow, gentle slope. This lower path aligning with the karmic is the path of tower moments and volatility and a whole lot of mess and unpleasantness. That's really what it comes down to. Now, this next section of the reading, I want to address this karmic knot, because there's a certain behavior, there's a certain method that both this masculine and this karmic, this extremely deceitful energy deploy. They just deploy it in different quantities. That's really what it is. It's not all encompassing in this masculine energy yet. It is all encompassing over here for this lower vibrational energy. This is the crux of their existence and the crux of their identity. Now, this method, I kind of want to call this like the flashbulb method, because this person, and keep in mind this is true for this masculine too, and I think he might have tried to deploy this towards his feminine energy, especially if he felt like he had something that he needed to hide or that she wouldn't understand, something he was trying to keep secret, right? So basically, this person reads people very well, very quickly, and almost very instinctually. They can very readily see what somebody is kind of wanting, who they are generally, what's important to them, and what potentially they want to see out of this person. And this karmic gets to very quick work at providing that in like a flashbulb type manner. Like if somebody ever took a picture of you with a really, really bright flash when you were not expecting it, it's like that. So you're just blinded by the light. And you have to like blink and blink and blink in order to be able to see again. That's the kind of method that I feel like this karmic and again this masculine deploys like at different times. But it's a flash of light, right? So it's some kind of like good energy. It seems like it's of the light in some way. Whether it's like a sweetness or a caring or a joviality. We've seen it on a masculine side where it's like this King of Pentacles energy of being very stable and very committed and very this. They present like what it is. It's kind of like a love bombing energy, like an idealized energy or something like that, right? But behind it is a very selfish, very cunning energy that is selfishly motivated and wants what they want out of the situation. And this basically equates to betrayal trauma. And I imagine that if you got wrapped up in this situation, you did experience this, or you would have experienced this if you continued down this path with either of these people. With it, as long as this energy is in this masculine energy's life, which they will be until he addresses his own lower natures, then you run the risk of just being completely caught off guard by whatever this is. So that's the karma that needs to, and it's not driven by love. And Spirit is just wanting me to highlight this. We clear out our karma when we act from a position of love. And I feel like that's a big lesson here in this situation, because there's a lot of love between these soulmates, like love the feeling, but never forget that love is a verb. And I don't think it was here in the past, especially for this masculine energy. He felt all this love. I just don't think that it motivated his actions in this situation. He acted from a different place, out of fear of this other person, out of fear that this feminine, if she knew the truth, would reject him. But he needs to give her the opportunity to make her own choice. And I think she will actually choose him, because I think she'll see that this was something difficult to do, you know, to like come clean or to own something here. Yeah. So that is like really this method that needs to get cleared up. And this influence, they have this way of like nobilizing this lower way of behaving, this very strategic, very selfish way. They nobilize their lower impulsive behavior. So this becomes an enabling situation where they bring out kind of the worst in each other. And I always mention this, but this lower nature aligns with the principle of the ends justifies the means. So it's, I had to do XYZ, even though it's untoward and it's uncouth and it's lower. I had to do it in order to get the means that I want, in order to control the situation, basically, right? The spiritual path says something entirely different. It says the ends and the means are one, because you build trust, you build relationships, you build character, right? And over the long haul, you can really build relationships, which build families, which build societies, which build communities, right? Over time, that genuinely operate from this genuine place, which is why every spiritual teacher has said we need to fix ourselves. It's everybody or it's nobody. Because otherwise you're dealing with this influence that's always trying to throw a wrench in things in order to try to control proceedings. And that's exactly what's going on. But they try to nobilize this. And if he is in his lower natures, then he is very interested in having somebody tell him that this is okay. He needs a strong influence in his life. Okay, so now let's move on to the final leg of this reading, thank goodness, where Spirit is trying to reveal a specific situation here that is just riddled with secrets and lies, is what I'm getting. Now, this could have taken place in your relationship, or this could have taken place in another relationship, like from this person's past, or a relationship that you were told about in some way. Just take this however it's resonating. But Spirit is showing me the Seven of Wands and the Hierophant in reverse. So right away, that is telling me that this masculine is immoral. Like he's defending some kind of immoral relationship, immoral behavior pattern, some kind of immoral stance. But it's also telling me, like, very specifically, these are specific scenarios. Okay, I am getting that. This masculine and this third party influence that is deceitful, I am hearing the word affair. I feel like potentially they could have been having an affair. Even if this appears to be some kind of like traditional above board committed relationship, I think they had an affair first. It's definitely born of something deceitful, something underhand, in which case I feel like this third party tried to tell this masculine energy that their partner was immoral. Maybe that their partner was having an affair or something like that. But in reality, this third party is the cause of whatever this was. And this might be this situation that I'm trying to blow the lid on. I don't know. You'll have to, take this however it's resonating. The other thing is that this person could have told you that they were single and they were actually in a relationship. They could have told you that they were in a marriage that was like they were divorcing or they had divorced. And in reality, this person was still married or this person was still in a committed relationship. That's a possibility here of like explicit lies that were told. But what I'm seeing, okay, is like the Seven of Wands and the Hierophant in reverse. And the Hierophant in reverse is what I want to address first, because I feel like, remember I said like these people like really they size people up very quickly, and I feel like you were seen in this situation as the Hierophant upright. So somebody that is very, like I said, moral, maybe very religious or very spiritual. The Hierophant to me is somebody who listens directly to God. So you have these higher values and you're somebody who really does want to live out those higher values, especially for me in the realm of spirituality, especially in the realm of relationships. With the Hierophant being here, you were seen as a very committed person. You could have been seen as being in a committed relationship, or that's just something that very clearly you want in a relationship, is something committed, something traditional, something above board. This was very readily noticed. So I feel like, somebody here, this masculine, I think pretended to be the Hierophant when really they were the Hierophant in reverse. They were immoral. They don't actually have those values in relationships. They're not disciplined. They're not committed. and they don't have a history or a background of that. Now, the Seven of Wands is traditionally a card where it's like a man on a hill and he's got his wand and he's like defending his position, right? So there's something about this like defense, but I feel like it's long thinking. Like these lies, it's like they anticipate you potentially being able to see this. I don't know. They're crafty about the way that they defend this. But it's like when I peer over the Seven of Wands, like behind this in my mind, I'm seeing this like burning village that is just like completely on fire. Okay. And this is representing either your relationship or something here in this person's past. So it's like when I'm zooming in on this village, okay, I'm seeing a very specific scenario that is unfolding where there's this person, right? And I don't know, again, if this is this third party, if this is this masculine, or both in some weird way. But I'm seeing like that there's factories here, like in this town. This is all a metaphor, by the way, so I'm going to tell you what this means. But so I'm watching this person feel like they had invested a lot in either a relationship or a job or some kind of situation, and they weren't getting the traction or the payout that they wanted. And so they were trying to do something that would, I'm hearing the word expedite, quicken whatever it was that they were trying to achieve. And this person is the type of person who would get in a relationship in order to achieve something here as well. So it very well could have been, again, they weren't getting the commitment, or they weren't getting the, I don't know. So they took some kind of underhanded, deceitful action in order to try to expedite whatever result that they were trying to get. So I'm watching this person take like a pebble and put it in like the gears of some kind of like machine and then run off because they don't want to be seen tampering with the equipment. So they did something that's going to cause a tower moment. But this person, it might have been an impulsive action, or they just didn't understand like how everything was going to unfold, that things were going to be as bad as it was, or that it was going to unfold the way that it did. Okay. So this person is run off because, again, they don't want to be seen causing the issue. And this is for two reasons, like one of two reasons. Either this person has done that because whenever everything does pop off, they want to run back and be like the rescuer in the situation and be able to solve the problem and then be seen in a certain light. So again, like they're seen a certain way, or they get a promotion, or they get a bunch of praise or something, right? Expediting how it is they want to be seen, or because this person feels very threatened by other people. So they could have identified somebody here as being in competition for a relationship or for a job or something. And so they could have been trying to frame somebody here. This could have been you. Like, heaven help you. Like if this was your, relationship, this could have been you. So they were trying to frame somebody here. Like it was their negligence, or it was their something that like caused whatever went wrong here. In reality, this person is the one that did it. And this didn't go to plan, though, because I feel like whoever it was that they were trying to frame, or however something played out, somebody here proved their valor. And it wasn't this person that was trying to expedite things. So they behaved very nobly for some of these people, because I'm just seeing somebody like, get back, like they were very selfless. They were very brave. They were disciplined. They behaved in a way that proved their worth and their nobility in this situation in the past. And so either this other person that they were trying to frame got the praise and they got the promotion, or they got the job, or this other person did get caught or something. But I feel like this person who caused all the kerfuffle had to then leave this situation because they knew they weren't going to get whatever it was. And that's where I'm seeing this person being like this Seven of Wands. So I feel like there was some sort of a new beginning here, but they're showing me two different scenarios, and I'm hearing the word scapegoat. So this is where you may have this in common with this person, or again, they're just showing me the juxtaposition of these two energies, where it's like somebody left a relationship, or they left a town, or they left a situation here, take it on scale, because they were legitimately being scapegoated. I feel like that was you. Like if this is resonating with you at all, I feel like you were scapegoated. You were like, you couldn't win. And people didn't understand you, or you were the weird person. And something clicked for you where you're like, if I'm going to have a fighting chance, I have to leave. I have to get out of this relationship or this situation, right? But this person scapegoats others. But because it's like you both left a relationship, or you both left a situation, then you might assume that the other person is kind of like a kindred, but really they're kind of this opposite energy. But somebody here is trying to defend themselves from attack in a legitimate way, which I feel like is you. And then somebody here is trying to prevent somebody from seeing the truth about their past, or seeing the truth about their background here, if that makes sense. So I know that's a very specific situation, but I'm seeing it so clearly. And again, I don't know if it's about like these people, or Yeah, somebody did something very much on purpose to try to expedite something. It didn't work, and then they had to leave. That's basically what I'm getting. So, yeah, that was a very long reading, but I think that is all I have for you about the secrets and lies. There's certainly a lot because somebody here really loves to lie by omission in order to try to craft a persona or a narrative. And I do feel like this is a group where probably you'll have more and more epiphanies or realizations, or more is going to come out here about the secrets and lies. Like I said before, Spirit is really trying to make sure you're not overwhelmed by all of this. But at the heart of this is the question of hypocrisy. And the spiritual journey is nothing if it's not a journey towards correcting our own hypocrisy and really taking that seriously within ourselves and pursuing that as a worthwhile goal. Because it is. It is. So that's what I have for you guys. Pile number 1. If that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I have a Patreon. This was certainly a longer reading, and if you did find this helpful and you can tip me a couple bucks, this would definitely be one where that would be appreciated. If not, if you just want to hit the like button or just show your support in an energetic way, that's appreciated too. All right, bye guys. Okay, pile number 2. I really like this person's energy. I hope that's not triggering for some of you to hear me say that, but I really do. I have kind of like a reverence or a respect for this because this person's like a mystery. And I feel like there's more secrets than lies here. And this is really not feeling nefarious. And even though there is strategy here, this is like healthy strategy, or like strategy deployed for all the right reasons, because we all do have to deploy certain strategies in order to, communicate ourselves effectively, or to protect ourselves or guard some kind of, information or something. And that's really what I'm seeing is this person is very effective. I feel like this is just a very effective person. This is also a really, really intelligent person. And that might be something that's like hidden or secret. But again, it's not that this person's trying to keep things just for the sake of keeping things. It's a part of their just personality, I kind of want to say. But I feel like for a lot of you, this person is some kind of I feel like they were sent to you from God is what I want to say. Like, I feel like this person's almost like a tactician of some sort. This person definitely is very capable. And like I said, they're intelligent because we have Mercury here, which is like, piecing together a puzzle, kind of putting together pieces, being able to function, on a certain level and being able to kind of think lightning speed. This person is maybe a very good, very like effective communicator. Then we also have Pluto here, which is like a depth of knowledge. It's like expert level knowledge. So this person's like a processor, like a very deep processor. But they may say things to you sometimes here with this Mercury energy. And it's very well crafted, but it might feel like you're getting not getting anywhere, or that they're concealing something, but it's just because I'm hearing like computing. It's like, so this person, it's like they run information much deeper than like most people do, and they have this like deep expert level knowledge. This person's kind of a maverick, but even that energy sounds like very lightweight. So it's like, until they've processed this thoroughly, they're not really going to open up and speak about some kind of deep like knowledge or something like that. There's strategy in what they communicate and when. And I feel like, again, this person, it's like coming across as a very pleasant energy to me, because they don't, if in a professional capacity or something, this person doesn't like to cause confusion. Even in personal capacity, we all love somebody who knows when to keep their mouth shut and when to speak. And I feel like this person really does know that. I feel like you're dealing with somebody who is like a very powerful, very transformative thinker. They can like think to transform. They can process things like really, really deeply, but they can also speak to transform. I feel like this person is a very powerful communicator. And I know like there's definitely a flex. There's some kind of like skill or power that you can sense here in this person, where I think if there's any hesitation here, it's like you are picking up on strategy, and you do know that this person's kind of like hiding things. But this is somebody who, they have their reasons, and we'll talk about this here in a second. But it's like, just because this is the type of person where if they wanted to fool you, this person could just be a terror. I mean, they really could, but they're not. Okay, like that's the thing, they're not. This person, again, they're deploying their intelligence, they're deploying their strength and their power for all of the right reasons. And I think this person has been sent here in order to destroy something here in your life, and to transform things. And I feel like this person like really sees some kind of energy here to help like transform this. I also think this person, like they're very aware of their inner landscape, because this person has, again, like a logical mental kind of intelligence. They also have like an emotional social intelligence, and the two paired together, it just really makes this person, like I said, very, very effective. And I think it's this combination that I feel like this person literally was sent here to help you heal, to help transform like a negative cycle or a negative pattern, to root out some kind of like hidden energy here in your life. So you kind of have to trust, and that might not be so easy, because I see this person's kind of lining up with you in a place in your life where you feel the Page of Pentacles. You don't feel as knowledgeable. You could potentially feel like very vulnerable, very knocked. You could feel like a beginner, like you're at the beginning stages of something. And then here, this person's energy is they're like a complete expert. You know, this person is fully formed. They're at their strongest here. And I think it makes you feel protective or worrisome. But I kind of feel like you need to let this person do what it is that they're meant to do. You have to kind of trust the process here with this person. And like I said, this person is coming up just incredibly well-intended, and like, they're all about whatever it is that they do, you know? So I don't want to be like, oh, this person is all sunshine and rainbows. And like, you know, it's just that they're very right aspected, this human being. Now, the other thing here is like, I feel like, okay, because the ocean, right? We have this card here in the ocean. There's something here as well where, because this card in this deck is all about being, the ocean is so wide and it's so vast, it's so powerful, nobody can control it. It's completely like untamed. And I do feel this person does kind of channel energy. Now, I don't know if they would associate that, or if they even know that that's something that's going on. I don't mean this person is necessarily a psychic medium. I mean, this person could have some kind of psychic capabilities. I tend to find that a lot of people who are really good in their fields, it's like they know things and they don't know how they picked up on that. You know, little things just kind of get highlighted to this person, and it is some kind of psychic capability. This person is channeling some kind of like very deep knowledge. So there's something here where it's like this person has a very healthy respect of like, they understand that certain things, most things in life, are outside of your control. They know that. They don't try to control things, that it is a fool's errand to try to control. Instead, they try to kind of work with it. They try to be like very skillful around this. But this person may have some kind of position of authority, and they know that people will not understand it, or that it could potentially cause people to like lose faith in them, because people think that experts or some, you know, people who are very intelligent are supposed to be able to control things and control the elements. This person is like, listen, there are things we can control. There are things that we cannot control. It's best for us to categorize that, sort that appropriately. And you know, it's just like the that prayer, you know, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. This person has sort of mastered that. They have the wisdom to know the difference, and it makes them, again, very effective. I think you're dealing with just a very powerful, very potent, effective person. And the other thing, because I'm picturing all like under the ocean, you know, they say we know more about space than we know about the ocean. And there's so many things under there, like shipwrecks and old cities and lots of wildlife, you know what I mean? It's like there's a lot that's hidden or buried, and I do feel like there is a strategy about what this person reveals about like these pieces, because I feel like this person's helping you piece something together, and there is strategy around you know, piecing all of this together. And I feel like it's coming through here for a different reason. Like, first of all, this person's trying to piece things together, and they know when to open their mouth about it and when it's just going to cause some kind of confusion. Now, they also know that they're kind of like a maverick. I feel like this person might feel like you might not recognize that this person brings like this very fancy, like otherworldly blend of things. They feel like people don't necessarily always know what they're trying to present them with, to the level, like this person's trying to work together with the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups, we have the strength energy and we have the Fool energy. So where this person is strong and where you are weak, where you are the Fool, they're trying to help you. This is very, very harmonious. Okay. So they're trying to piece this all together, and they're being just, there's a process of like, okay, you know, yes, this person knows more than they're communicating with you at all times, but they're still, again, very strategic about that, because it's like you might misunderstand or something. Now, the other thing is though, okay, this person has picked up on an influence here. Potentially, there's something here about you or your situation that breaks the mold. Like this person has not been confronted with a situation like this. And so it is, that's why I think this person has been brought to you, because Spirit knows that this person can kind of figure this out, but it is breaking the mold. And they know that if they tell you about this, or about, that it could potentially cause an argument, because this person has, this is interesting, because I'm getting almost like a newer perspective on this than I was picking up on in the beginning. So I think in the beginning, and don't take this the wrong way, because I feel like this energy might be mirrored here for a lot of you, or it's like this person thought that you kind of had this same energy, and then they picked up on something else, and it's either within you or it's an influence that is around you. Okay, so again, it could be that something here is breaking the mold, and they think that if they try to explain certain things, it could potentially cause an argument. And this person is really not trying to have an argument, okay? Because like I said, they know more than they're explaining. They know that if they try to explain certain things that you're not going to understand, this person doesn't like to waste their time. Again, this is effective strategy. They are hiding things because they need to kind of build a bridge so that you will understand what they're trying to say. And if they try to do that prematurely, it could potentially lead to an argument. That's one possibility here. There's also a possibility that this person has picked up on this like argumentative energy within you. Like maybe they thought that you had this kind of perspective similar to them, but then they were like, wait a second, this person is like maybe more volatile, or they just want to have like some kind of argument. They want some kind of quick fix. They're just expecting me to break the mold. They don't understand that you can't control certain things. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so this person, again, it's like they're being strategic, potentially in a self-protective way of like, well, I'm just going to slowly distance myself from this. That could be as well. But for others of you, it's a relationship here that you have around you, that maybe this person's very attractive, but it's Mars energy. This person is very abrasive, or this person is very competitive. And it's like anything that they say to you, they feel like is going to get leaked out. Like I'm kind of picturing a scenario where it's like, say this is your lawyer, just, as like, just say it's your lawyer. And they have to communicate with you, but then that you have like a family member that is nefarious, or they feel like is not a good influence or something. So they have to be careful about what they say to you, because they don't want that to be necessarily revealed to this other person, or something like that, right? So it could be this other person here. And this person is potentially trying to, whatever it is that they're trying to illuminate you about could potentially have to do with this relationship situation. And it could be, again, that this situation mirrors. Like you're meant to highlight something for this person in one realm, they're meant to highlight something for you in another realm. But it also could very well be that, this person there's some kind of snake energy here, to be honest with you. And this person is very much onto it, very much. And they know how to handle themselves around it here as well, because this person has transformed. And this person doesn't get the credit or the respect that they deserve all the time for the depth of what it is that they do and the difference that it is that they make, because this person breaks the mold. This person themselves breaks the mold. And so they know that a lot of things that they understand, other people won't necessarily understand. I'm hearing ahead of their time. This person may well be ahead of their time. And you have to be careful if there's something here that you feel protective about, that you don't want this person to see, because they would catch on to it and they might be like, I'm just really not trying to deal with a person who's trying to keep things from me, because this person feels like they're working on your behalf in some way. Like it's weird. They're not trying to find out I do just want to say that very clearly. That's not going to be the case for everybody, but if you know you have had snake energy around this person, that you're nefarious, and that you were trying to present like you were on the level with this person, they absolutely know that you're not, and they've caught on to it. But for others of you, this is an influence around you, right? So there's also a feeling here. You could have been trying to get this person's attention. Like you could have been trying to show off here to this person. And this person could have seemed like very aloof or like very dismissive. This is a person who's a lot in their own mind. This is a person who has a mission here. Okay, you are not to interfere with this person. I can't make this clear enough. Okay, this person has things they're supposed to be doing. It's cute that you want their attention. Okay, but you're fucking with spirit at this point. Like spirit is working through this person. They have things to do. Okay, this is not a play date, is what I'm hearing. Like, no offense. But you could have been trying to show off here for this person. And again, you felt like it was very aloof. And it's because, this person, they're not trying to be rude. It's not that they don't care. It's not that they're not loving. This person just has a lot that they're working on, or a lot that they're trying to solve. They're a lot in their own mind, because this person is meant to transform something. Okay. And it could be for you or with other people. It's like through their occupation, through their position, through their skill set, because this person's immensely capable. They're immensely talented. And I'm just hearing spirit say, we got to make the most of this when we got one of these here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hearing, you understand. So you can't view this person through the lens of selfishness. You know, this is a person, we pick up on this energy sometimes. If this person has a problem with you, it's not a personal problem. It's something more objective, or it's like you have inhibited something that they're trying to figure out. You know, yeah. So this person, again, there's more strategy here, and there's more secrets. And this person is not trying to keep things from you just to keep things from you. They will reveal it in time. They will reveal it in the right time. I also feel like this person is very good at saying things to have the desired effect of this, like destroying, this transformative. There's a timing thing here with this person where I'm hearing like when you say something, how you say something, why you say something is just as important as like what it is that you're saying. Because you can say something at the wrong time and then it just gets swept under the rug, or like not taken seriously, or you know, when there's a certain influence around. And so this person is like, the things that they say need to stick, they need to land, because they're meant to destroy old structures or to crumble old patterns, or uproot something that's meant to be uprooted in order to allow healing to occur. And it's a big job. It's a big job. And there is an immense amount of power here. I'm hearing like knowledge is power. Like that's what you're sensing in this person. But this is one of the good guys. Okay, the bad guys have people like this too. This is one of the good guys. Don't get in their way. So yeah. Let me see. I feel like this person has had some kind of an experience though, where it's like they were thinking the situation was one way, and then they had something happen, some kind of information, and then they started to see that there was something going on that they didn't account for, that they didn't see clearly originally, and then this person has potentially regrouped or pulled back, or that's when they've started to get like very secretive, or and so you don't know how to read this energy coming off of them, right? And that's all that's going on. Is there something here that's changed, but it's not nefarious. It's not nefarious. So I think that's really all I have for you guys here. Pile number 2 of secrets and lies. Yeah. I feel like there's 2 groups here. There's some group here that's ready to heal. They're ready to transform. You might feel a little trepidatious, but it's like this might cause you some kind of pain, like whatever this person brings, but you'll never experience pain again. This person really is going to help you transform something or move something. But then there's another group here that is a betrayer. And it's like you are trying to betray this person or somebody that this person is trying to help, and they're onto you and they're just going to blow it up because it's spiritually sanctioned to blow it up, because there's been like, again, some kind of betrayer energy. And then it's meant to send you into a period of potentially self-isolation, or where you're getting a different perspective of this person and other people can get a different perspective of you. Right? So you got to take that how it resonates. But that's what I have for you guys, pile number 2. If that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye, guys. Hi, pile 3. So I finished your reading and I went about my night. I was cooking dinner and I was still channeling messages to do with your pile. And I realized that a lot of you are asking about the person that I describe in pile 3, but some of you are asking about a person where the secrets and lies surrounding them actually stems from the fact that they are in some way in relationship with the person I describe in pile 3. So you have to take that however it resonates for your particular situation. But if it does resonate with this new scenario that I picked up on, I think your person fits a particular profile. I think that they're probably very traditional in some way, very routine oriented, very reliable, maybe very predictable even in some senses. I think they're probably very family oriented. They could be very close with their family. And if they're not close with their entire family, then I feel like there are certain family members that this person is very close with, to the point where it would be weird if this person, you know, moved away from that situation, because so much about what grounds them and what they value and what makes them happy is tied in with all of this stuff that I mentioned before: routine, predictability, family, right? But I feel like that is exactly what happened. I feel like this person very suddenly up and left, and it was sudden, out of the blue, jarring, and completely out of character. And that's probably why you're asking about this, where you're like, what secrets and lies are surrounding the situation? Well, then you have to ask yourself, did this person leave alone, or did they leave with a partner? Did they leave with somebody? Because that hints to different scenarios here as well. If this person left alone, whether they left a family that they built or their family of origin, I feel like it's because this person is onto the fact that they are dealing with this pile number 3 person that I describe in the reading. They realize that somebody in their family is this way and that they can't win, and they maybe they needed a break. And so there could be secrets and lies surrounding this, because they could potentially be trying to save face while they're figuring out what to do. They don't want to embarrass anyone in their family. They could have lied and said they're taking a business trip or something, when in reality, they could be trying to figure their stuff out, or just, get a breather or something like that, right? That's if they left alone. Now, if this person left with a partner, I feel like that would probably be a romantic partner. In that case, they probably left a family of origin, and this person is completely under this person's spell that I describe in pile number 3. This person who's like full of themselves. And I also think that this is a relationship that potentially started under dubious circumstances. I think for a lot of these people, it started as an affair. And like I said, this person has very traditional values. So they're dealing with this partner who is in a lot of ways toxic, and somebody here in this person's family was onto it. They were onto them, or there was potentially like secrets being revealed here about this. So this partner had to convince whoever it is that you're asking about to up and leave, because they also like to isolate people, and they knew that this person was close to their family, and that it really is an obstacle for them, controlling them, or, preventing certain secrets coming out about who and what they really are. So I know that's a lot to deal with, but I just wanted to provide some context. So enjoy the rest of the reading. Bye, guys. Okay, pile number 3. What are the secrets and lies here in this situation? All right. So I don't know how to start this reading. Okay. Let me just shoot this to you really straight, pile number 3. At this point in the reading, I'm exhausted. I'm really starting to regret this reading choice. It has been absolutely grueling, and I'm tired, only to come to find out that Spirit has very clearly saved the best for last, okay? And I don't know, if me telling you what's going on in these cards, I don't know if I'm breaking the news to you. I'm not sure where you are on this timeline. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know how to tell you this, but essentially, this person is the lie. The whole person. I just heard throw the whole man out. This human being is the lie. The level of deceit and treachery that is coming through here, it's just hard to fathom. And so, I'm really feeling for you if you have found yourself at all involved with a person like this. And, I could spend all day talking about this person's secrets and lies, and I'll explain some of the key ones here for you, but I'm not going to spend much time on this pile number 3. Why? Because that's exactly how you deal with a person like this. You see them from what they are, and you stop investing in this situation, because it's a waste of time. And it's just, I feel like head doing. This person is honestly head doing, and just absolutely exhausting, and none of it's genuine. This is kind of wild, okay? And I'm saying, I don't know how much of this you have really caught on to, because you look like a worker type. I don't know if there's, and being with this person maybe has even tipped it over to a workaholism or something, but I can see you spend a lot of time at work. A lot of you probably have very traditional values, so maybe you do spend a lot of time with your family, or even doing things around the house, but for your family, for your extended family, something like that. I feel like you really like to get your alone time, maybe out in nature. And I can see you feel uncomfortable when you're in your home environment, because this person is essentially a bully, or they are a tyrant. It's this walking on eggshells kind of a feeling. But I don't know if you've processed those emotions any further than that, other than you just have you feel incredibly emotionally defensive. And all of that, I hate to break it to you, but it is strategy, and it is absolutely by design here for this human being to kind of put you in that type of a position. I feel like a lot of you have maybe wondered if this person does have some kind of a mood disorder, or some kind of emotional volatility. But here's the chilling part, okay? It's not that. This person doesn't have emotions. No, they don't. But they do a really, really good job at faking it. Now, even that message can be on a gradient, but that's what I'm saying. It's this person is very cold emotionally. I think it would scare you how calculated this person is, but they use emotional energy to do it. They try to put on the face of like being this moon energy. So potentially being very like motherly, warm, nurturing. The moon is often like a very beautiful card. It's a very elegant card, very like refined. But I think this person likes to even pretend or like pitch into an emotional volatility that is not genuinely authentic to what they're feeling, but they do it in order to get you in an emotionally, to maneuver you basically. Like it's really, really, it's strategy. And this person has done this before. I'm not sure where you found this person, because it looks to me like potentially they were in another relationship, but there seems to be some kind of song and dance about like a corrupt family situation. And I remember this from another reading where I picked up on like literally this level of deceit in that other reading, where I was like, I can see here that they were trying, there's some kind of story about an emperor figure where there is like a father or something to do with a family. And I don't know if this person was in a relationship and, you know, like whenever it is that you guys met, but it's like this person was trying to say the way that you feel being around this person is the way they were trying to say that they felt around whoever this emperor figure is, like whether it was an ex or whether it's like a father figure or something, but it's all game. It's all to, because they like to bait people into rescuing, especially traditionalist types, because they know that people have traditional values. They want to live up to those traditional values. They want to be like a good person, or, and they also want to get you into like a very instinctual space. And there is something here that they've picked up on in your energy where maybe it's like you like to do this sexually. Like you like to, it turns you on when you can kind of, see yourself as a big man or a powerful woman and save someone else, something like that. But this person is a con artist, and they're very flippant with the way that they do this. Now, I'm also Amaranta Su, like she is a sun goddess, so maybe this person also like the sun and the moon kind of an energy is what I'm getting. Like they may come off very bright, but then it's weird because they also have this like emotionality. So I feel like this person, they might want to come off again like the sun, very bright, very jovial, maybe even very career oriented. But I'm telling you, this person, they want a paycheck. They want a paycheck. You know that song, My Type by Saweetie? There's words I can't say in that song, but the sentiment is very much like this person without a trace of irony in it. Without a trace of irony. Their person is whoever can give them the mostest. And you may learn that the hard way if you fall on hard times and you think you've got somebody who's very sweet or very caring or very nurturing, that they just jump ship. They'll have a different excuse, but that'll be the reason. But Amaranta Su, right, is a sun goddess, and she goes through a period of like low self-esteem, and she tucks herself away in a cave. So I'm almost getting that that's like where you found this person, where there was this kind of thing of like, oh, well, I've been so unappreciated, or I feel so scared, or I've been da-da-da, and they like to get coaxed out of the cave. I'm literally seeing Failure to Launch with Sarah Jessica Parker, where she's like explaining to the parents about, remember when she, like her dog died? No, it's not her dog, but like she puts on this whole production that like the dog died and he held her hand and she was like, yeah, so that's gonna solidify like our relationship. There's something, it's perverse. Like there's something here like that of, I've been struggling, I've been this, I've been that. Won't you coax me out of my cave? And if you go through that process, it's a trauma bond. That's what it is. It's a trauma bond. And also, I think this person may like jewelry or gifts. So as you're coaxing them out, I'm kind of picturing Pretty Woman here as well, like giving them a necklace or buying them clothes and like, oh, you look so pretty. Okay, but that's the other thing about this person is they are full of it, but they're full of themselves. Oh my gosh. I feel like this person tries to like come off like they're not full of themselves, but they are absolutely completely full of themselves, and they think they're better than everyone. And I think I think this person's probably very physically attractive, and that's literally like the only reason that they think they're better than everybody. But they don't want to have to work for it. Like, I think like sun energy is career energy, okay, but it's also like very bright. It's not the same as Saturn. You're Saturn, so it's like you are willing to work for something here. And Saturn can be quite stark, so it's like, I think maybe you are used to roughing it, or you have roughed it at a certain point in time. This person's giving the impression that they've roughed it, but in reality, I think this person has just been provided to. People bend over backwards. It's just nothing's ever good enough for this person. And perhaps some of these people actually do think that they have been slighted, but it's because they haven't been given like riches and fineries, and they just want somebody to feel like they have to always provide like whatever it is that they want. And it's like this person, I'm just watching someone like ring a bell, like here, I have a need, that kind of an energy. Now, what this person is actually really wanting is some kind of a violent new beginning. So whoever this is that they're trying to convince you is the bad guy in the past is actually a victim of like whatever this same thing that you're probably now experiencing. And they really want to stick it to this person who I think potentially was maybe reaching out for, I think, doing the same things that you're doing now, or they were maybe pulling back, but they could have been actually like reaching out for assistance, or they were trying to stand up for themselves. Or I don't know, something here like that. And so this person really wants to like stick it to this person. They want it to be like kind of like this volcano energy of this like violent eruption, but then some kind of like beautiful new beginning. And they want to appear blameless and fair. The word fair is really coming across. Like, I think they want to appear like they are being, this person is a tyrant. Like, don't get me wrong, okay? But they just use very underhanded, even if this is a man, they use very feminine means like the emotionality of things, or in order to try to appear that way. But they want some kind of like lavish beginning. They're determined. Now, but this person's not determined to get somewhere by like, again, working hard, because I think this is how you have succeeded here. They don't have that. Okay, they want to pretend like they have that. And this person will also like outright lie about things like that. But with the sun, this is a con artist. That's what I'm saying, is like they want to draw people into their gravity. They want to kind of dazzle them with their sun is personality, but this personality sort of like shifts and changes depending on who it is that they are talking to. I also think this person has like a volatility to them. That, yeah, like they're angry about something, but it's like they feel slighted because they feel like they're destined for greatness, but they feel like the universe is supposed to just hand them like some kind of success. So instead, I think this person actually just wants to pair up with somebody who has done all the work, or who is showing signs that they will do all the work, and then and maybe not question them. I just heard not sign a prenup, or like a romantic, somebody who has these like traditional values that because they can, yeah, kind of push the buttons here. But this person's completely blocked off from the emotional space. Another thing I think this person does is, well, they seem like they're very relationship focused, okay? Because this is Moon and Libra energy. They're absolutely not. This person's actually very impulsive and just very like selfish. And there's something here like, so Ashleisha energy can be appearing like very innocent, but being like very calculated. That's like really the energy that I'm getting here, like blameless. But also there's something about making decisions, right? Because this can be an impasse. So if you're like, if you're at the tail end of this relationship with this person, I feel like they might be telling you something like, ew, I feel like this person uses reverse psychology, first of all, but they could also be telling you something about like, oh, look, it's a really difficult decision. You know, I'm in an impasse. Like, I'm not really sure what to do, or, you know, oh, this is a really difficult decision and I'm weighing this and I'm weighing that. In reality, this person's selfish, and there's kind of no way that they can win at this current time. And so what they're doing is they're buying themselves more time. It's actually very strategic. It is actually very, because they don't have a full plan yet. And I think this person's kind of like, I don't know, like kind of bolting it over the top, like just they're taking it as it goes. They're kind of just reacting here at this current moment, but they're trying to be like, oh, I'm making this like big decision. But really this person's sort of like looking for a way out, a way for them to, again, like maintain their facade, to come up smelling like roses or something. And they're trying to appear very like nonchalant or like disengaged, but it's because I do think there's something about this situation where they don't feel like they can win, or that they can, like, I don't know, maybe time's up, or that you have actually demonstrated enough to people that you are steady or something. And that, yeah, that's just kind of what I'm getting here. I also think that I think this person probably cheats, okay? And some of you, I'm hearing literally like that's how you met. Like I think you have very traditional values. So I'm not sure if that's would be how you met. I think you maybe would have like some kind of strong beliefs around that. But like if you did start this relationship off like in some kind of, I don't know, like affair kind of a space, you probably would have been tempted for sure. Because this person told you XYZ about whoever it is that they're with. But all of that was a lie. It was a lie in order to try to, again, like they were trying to leave this situation, but they want to get themselves smelling like roses, and they want to really be able to like kind of, I don't know, destroy a family, or like really kind of stick it to this person over here. And they also, okay, so this person, again, I think they're attractive, and they think that makes them better than people. And I think you may have an issue where it's like people will hit on this person, or like literally people that this person has like had some kind of a dalliance with. You'll pick up on it. Like you'll pick up on the fact that there has been some kind of indiscretion, or there's been lines crossed, and then this person will be like, I didn't even see that. I didn't even see the flirting. What? They're too young, or they're too immature, or but in reality, like they are sneaking around, and at the very least they're sneaking around with your emotions, because they like that they're playing with your emotions, and they won't really put the kibosh on this the way that it needs to be. Like even if it wasn't, it's like they won't. I feel like there's things that this person could do, but they'll act like, oh well, I'm in a tough position, I can't really, I work with this person, so I can't like XYZ. And it might sound like all well and good, but this person doesn't actually care to like put somebody in their place, so they're just doing it because they find it strategically helpful. They like putting you in this defensive emotional place where it's like you can't argue back, or like without seeming, I don't know, like without seeming a type of way. And I feel like you are in this wounded warrior position here, but I think this person again likes to pretend that, and they're very defensive here as well. Another thing is that this person likes to put you in no-win scenarios as well. But I feel like this person could have also been in a no-win scenario, and they needed some kind of like new beginning quickly, because I just get the sense that this person was like being found out, which is why they want this violent new beginning. But they needed to go out with a bang. They needed to cause like a lot of drama or a lot of chaos, kind of like when a volcano erupts and then all of the lava and the ash like cover the ground. So it's not like you can forensically like look at it and be like, what went on here? It's just the stories. It's just the legends. It's just the mythology. And I almost said misogyny. So I feel like this person could have like even tried to say that somebody here was like misogynistic, or that they were treated unfairly because of their gender, something here like that, but take that as it resonates. But very clearly this person felt like they were not going to get away with their schemes anymore, so they had to like again like blow everything up in order to have this kind of new beginning. And they could have just like fallen into your life like very suddenly, or if this was a reunion, then like they kind of again like reappeared in your life very suddenly, and it was like a flash in the pan, and there was probably a lot of instinctual energy, because this person likes to put people in an instinctual kind of a space where there's not a lot of thinking and there's not a lot of observing, where this person's actually the one doing all of the thinking and all of the maneuvering and all of the observing. Now, that's also why this person likes a more traditional setup and a more traditionally oriented person, because I'm hearing that it's easier to prey off of. So they get a couple of things out of this. First of all, they probably do get a workhorse, whether this is somebody who, but they've been indoctrinated into some kind of ethos where hard work is like really valued. So if this is, if they're going after a masculine type, then it's like, yeah, they need to be like working really hard in order to provide a lot of money. And then they probably, again, have been indoctrinated into like, okay, well then you have to give over that money like to your family and to this person. That's what you're like meant to do, right? But if they go after females, then I feel like this is the type of feminine who does a lot of work, like around the house, around the family. They pick up a lot of slack, and maybe they have been indoctrinated into like, you just do whatever in order to keep the family together. So as long as he's giving you money, then you tolerate all kind of mistreatment and model that for your children, and you do your best to just sort of grin and bear it, So they like a setup like that, but also they like the routine of having this more traditional setup, like having a family, having the kids go off to school, knowing what time somebody's going to work and what time they get home and what time dinner starts, right? And like having things, because they kind of need to be on a routine. But this person can know the routine and then be able to kind of maneuver around that, because this person can't keep the facade up. For you can't wear a mask all the time. Nobody can. So what this person does is they like having somebody who like maybe does work really hard. Or they have to go to soccer practice for their kids after school. So it gives them an extra 2 hours, because then they don't have to keep up the facade as long. So it's much more convincing because they can kind of like do whatever machinations or like, I don't know, whatever, like in the time when everybody's out or wrapped up in things or busy. Yeah, I mean, this person's very calculated. Very, very calculated. And there is something here cyclical that, because this is like what to become aware of, that will kind of hint to you. First of all, there's a lack of respect. So, and this could mirror your childhood where you felt like you worked really hard, but you weren't really given a lot of respect. You could have had a lot of responsibilities. I'm hearing parentified. You could have been like parentified around your house. So this kind of feels normal to you to do all the work and to not be treated kindly or appreciated. And I feel like it's part of the spiritual lesson here is to not let people do that. But I think this person then acts like you don't respect them enough and their contributions. And they may even say this to, I don't know, members of your family or something. But I feel like this is a relationship where it's reminding me of the toxic relationship cycle, honestly, with the love bombing, the idealization, devalue, discard phases, where I think it goes through like a lot of endings, but the endings are never real. Like they always kind of like restart up again, which is like that Hoover where they Hoover you back in with Page of Wands energy, no less. Like, do not lower your standards, pile number 3. Okay, this is sad. This is just like, hey, how are you doing? To somebody you've been in a relationship with for like 12 years. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I just heard 12 Years a Slave, which is, I never watched that movie, but maybe there's like certain themes. I think it's just like feeling in bondage, feeling in servitude, feeling disrespected, feeling powerless, those kinds of things. But yeah, with this Page of Wands, it's like they try to start the cycle over again, but they're very calculated as to when and where, and how and why they do this. Because this person kind of keeps an eye out. I don't know if they watch somebody here in your family, or if like they have somebody in your family really duped to kind of somebody maybe that you are afraid of, somebody that you feel like kind of keeps an eye on you, and they kind of tell this person what you're up to. And I don't know if it seems like you're growing in your self-esteem or that you might not tolerate any shadiness, then this person will kind of come back before you can really complete that like healing process. But they're very calculated about when they kind of get things back up and running. So this person is trying to seem very feminine. Like even if this is a man, they're trying to seem very like caring or very nurturing, very emotional, very elevated in some kind of a way. They might even try to seem very well thought, like because they play around with like, oh, well, I don't know which way to go. I mean, this is such a big decision. We're at an impasse, or I really need to weigh my options here. But in reality, this person's very impulsive. And I feel like there's something here about them actually being in a no-win scenario. So, and they could have jumped into a new beginning here, maybe with someone else. Maybe this was like some kind of an infidelity that you just found out about. And it was because they felt like they were in a no-win scenario. And that's exactly what happened in their past. I think like when they got together with you, whether you know about it or not. Yeah, so I'm sorry, pile number 3. This was not an easy message. This person is just absolutely deceitful. They're just full of deceit. And their type is really just somebody who can provide for them. And I hate to say this, but I feel like this person uses sexual energy to manipulate, but there's no emotion in it. I think they like to make you feel that way. But I mean, for some of these people, it's like they're not really attracted to this type of person. You know, they're attracted to another type altogether, or potentially they're attracted to a different kind of gender. It's just this person will go after whoever can maintain them, basically. That's what this is. I think they try to pass it off as something else, but I mean, it's not. This is plain as day. But they also like somebody who's like a workaholic, whether it's outside the home or in the home or something. They go after that energy because that person's preoccupied, and they don't pay as much attention to the fact that something ain't right over here. Whereas somebody who wasn't so wrapped up in whatever it is that they did, they would have more eyes on this person. It just doesn't suit them. Yeah, so, yeah. And they're just, I can't say it enough, they're absolutely full of themselves. Just so full of themselves. So that's what I have for you guys, pile number 3. I'm really sorry about this. And I feel like you should probably make sure that, you know, you're taking care of yourself on the back end here. I don't know. There's something here about family. Like maybe you feel like you can't trust family, or maybe you feel like your family is expecting you to maintain this, even though it's obviously unhealthy. Unhealthy is a kind way of putting this. This is unbearable for anyone. But this person is also very deceptive. So I don't know if you feel like they do have certain members of your family fooled, or like a father or a key member of your family fooled. And I'm not sure, but I would make sure that you're taking care of yourself, like maybe getting into therapy or utilizing resources to be able to help you navigate this situation, because it's a lot to be dealing with alone. And this person likes to isolate you. They like to make you feel like you can't reach out and receive support from the people who should be supporting you and making sure that you are being treated fairly. And you may already have a history of being treated unfairly in your family to begin with. And then this person's just kind of exploiting that. So, I'm sorry, pile 3. That's what I have for you. If it resonates, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye, guys.